Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. Chelsea 1, Everton 0. Like, comment, subscribe. That will do this channel the world of good. Yeah, I really don't know how to feel about this game or any game now. Probably have a bit more emotion with new reactions with the last two home games coming up at Goodison Park. That's really our season now, isn't it? So that's all we're focused on, making sure we celebrate Goodison in the right way and, close the curtains the right way with, that magnificent stadium. We've been, you know, that's been our home for over 100 years. And yeah, that's all I'm really asked about, to be honest. You kind of look at it as well as, there's a lot of players out of contract. They've got a point to prove here. I don't think some of them are really covering themselves up with glory at all. I thought Decore was poor again, and listen, we know what type of player Decore is. He's done a lot of very good things and probably more bad things than good. One of the strangest players I've ever seen play football in my life. I actually still don't know what he does. I don't know what he's supposed to be. But he turns up sometimes and scores and a very important goal or a quality goal. Yeah, there's other players there. I think isn't Nathan Patterson out of contract? I'm not too sure. But it was his first game in a while. I'm not going to give him too much grief. Madway, he's a very good player. He did find it tough today. I don't think he's that good anyway, Patterson. I do still think we need to be looking for the right back. I think Coleman hasn't even played. I can't even remember last time Coleman played. I think it's really sad because I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna be retiring at the end of the season. Coleman. I just don't think he's got it in him anymore. And I love him to be part of the coaching staff. But at the same time, we need to start being ruthless, don't we? Before I get into the game, we really start. Oh my God, I can't even fucking speak. We really need to start being ruthless with, just because they're a good player and whatever. And they may have a few coaching badges. We need to find the right coaching team, looking forward. We can't just keep picking players and, it's all this connection, happiness around the club. And, he's a very strong character, Seamus Coleman. It would be good for him to be in the coaching staff. But I just do worry that we're too friendly as a club with that kind of stuff. But anyway, Chelsea, I think, just about deserved it today. First half, Madweek here had a number of shots at Pickford, very good saves. I think Cucurella had a good chance as well. And then, yeah, I just thought throughout the first half, we looked out of ideas. I thought Ndiaye was very ineffective today. I still think he's not returned how he was since the injury, coming back from the injury, sorry. So, hopefully the next game we can start seeing a bit more of the old Ndiaye from earlier this season. Yeah, I'm really glad as well they put David Moyes put Jake O'Brien as centre back, even though I think for the goal him and Branthwaite could have pushed out a bit quicker to a sloppy error from Beto and Pickford. People blame Pickford. You wouldn't, he made the pass. There wasn't too much pressure on Beto. Beto just for some reason, didn't lay the ball off quick enough and got caught out. And yeah, great strike from Jackson, of course. When these commentators say they haven't scored in this many games, and maybe I don't pay it enough attention to the Premier League games, but when it seems to be us, these players seem to score then. It's like a jinx. But yeah, throughout the first half, I thought, in the middle part of the pitch, we was out-battled and out-fought most of the time. And, there's 3 or 4 times before that goal that we just let the ball, we was too weak on the ball. Or just didn't see a player behind us. Very sloppy first half. Second half, we improved. Beto had a chance. I don't even think we had a shot in the first half, by the way. I think we could have had a chance of a shot, and it just didn't materialise. I don't know if it was in the first half or second half. I think it was the first half. Decore completely headed it, completely wide. Just completely misjudged the ball. But yeah, Beto had a chance just to go and get a shot. McNeil, towards the end of the game, had a big chance, but the ball just didn't come down quick enough for him and didn't get the shot off right. Well, we didn't threaten too much. We had good little passages of play, which is nice to see. It is just difficult because, Moyes obviously doesn't want us to go down, go finish the season in a whimper, lose every game, blah, 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 blah. He wants to keep the momentum up at the club and have positive results from now to the end of the season. Now, listen, the past 2 games have been tough games. We haven't beat City at home for ages. We just haven't beat them at all for ages. And we haven't ever, in my lifetime, beat Chelsea away. And still, I think Chelsea could turn up with under-12s and we still won't beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. And what really upset me the most was they haven't been great defensively this season and Sanchez has been mostly shite. And just because this really shows Moyes how bad our attacking lineup is. Harrison was poor yet again. Definitely going back to Leeds. I think Leeds might get rid of him and take him somewhere else. And Dyer was ineffective, Beto wasn't great, and Decore wasn't great. That's 4 attacking players all not doing well and doing their jobs. I felt sorry a bit for Beto in the first half, wasn't really given anything, but still poor in that individual moment. I thought aside from that goal, where I thought Branthwaite or O'Brien should have pushed out and stopped the shot quicker, I thought them two had an excellent game. Mikalenko had a decent game. I've last 5-10 minutes, which is quite shitty of me, to be honest. I just couldn't be arsed, and I went downstairs and made some toast. Wow, I can hear it, because my dad and my brother are watching it downstairs, I watch it upstairs, just to save arguments all the time. I was just making toast and I could hear the commentary and I wasn't really fussed, to be honest. I couldn't see a score on it all. I know it's happened before, we go and score, but yeah, just one of them games that I really, at that point, the way Chelsea was and they wasn't playing great themselves, it was just meh. They're fighting for Champions League places and we're not, but I would like a reaction. I think we need to have a good win against Ipswich now at home next week. I think that's who we're playing. And we need to see a reaction. We need to see a reaction. And we need to blow Ipswich away, and maybe not with. It would be nice to experiment a bit more and put some more players. Chimiti come on, didn't think he did too much, but we paid 12 million for Chimiti. I want to see that guy start, and I don't want to see Brozier start, and I don't think he's warranted. I know he had an injury, but he's injured a lot. And I just don't think he wanted to stay at Everton for next season. Better, I don't think David Moyes particularly likes him. Calvert-Lewin has a little injury, I feel, and he's out just forever. Sometimes I forget he's even at our club. So I would really like to see Chimiti start in the next game up top and just experiment with a few more players. But if Moyes has got an idea of who he's getting rid of, then you shouldn't even bother playing him, to be honest, in my opinion. Maybe give them a nice little send-off against Southampton, but yeah. Anyway, that's my reaction. I'm pretty glad. I just don't want to finish dead low at the end of the table. Being in 13th and 14th would feel really nice. But listen, I can't ask for too much because the start of the season was pretty shocking. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon.